So, welcome everyone. This is Rahul Reddy. I'm a CLAT mentor at Career Launcher Bangalore. I have with me one of our students, Anushka. Anushka has secured an All India rank of 89 and a Karnataka state rank of 8. So, first up, congratulations. That's an
Thank you,
excellent
sir.
performance.
Thank you, sir.
Now, among all the surprises CLAT threw at us this year, one last one was stating that results will come on 9th and then giving it on 7th, 9th. So, when did you get to know?
I was actually, this was just before I was leaving for AILET. I was leaving my house
Okay.
for AILET. And I didn't know the results had come out. And one of my friends had messaged me asking how I did on CLAT. And I didn't really understand what she meant. So I just asked my father to check. And I actually told my father not to tell me what the result was because I didn't want to, go in that state of mind and write AILET. But then he came and told me that it's good. So I think you should know. So that's when I knew.
Makes sense because once you know you've done very well, then AILET becomes like no pressure exam.
Yeah, yeah. But then an upside was that my ALET center was at NLS Bangalore. So I really
Okay.
wanted to go and see. Yeah.
Okay. The first exam center was
My first exam was B.R. Ambedkar.
B.R. Ambedkar. Okay. So I was there too. So I'm obviously a lot of students were there, so we may not have seen, but I was there too. Right. Okay. So let's kind of see. I think one is while you must have checked the provisional answer key and calculated your score, and at CL, we were very clearly saying that this would be the cutoff required for uh,
Yeah.
NLS with domicile, without domicile. I'm happy that we got it spot on in
Yeah.
terms of the numbers. But there would still be uncertainty because
Yes.
one
Yeah.
is there are other institutes who are saying it was easier and it'll be higher and be 100 plus and all that. Plus, there's how many questions will be withdrawn, how many answer keys will be changed. That also we didn't know. I mean,
Yeah.
there is an uncertainty there.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
So it's
And
really,
yeah, and
right.
I remember that when you were discussing the provisional answer key, we were up till 12 a.m. at night discussing every single question one by one.
Hmm.
And
Yes,
then there's so many different views coming in on what the answer should be. And that sort of adds to the kind of uncertainty you feel that maybe you've marked the answer right according to the answer key, but then somebody else is saying that that might be wrong. So then you feel, oh, wait, this is going to get cut off or it's going to get changed. So that's sort of, really, you have absolutely no idea what's going to happen until the day of the result.
absolutely. Though we did try in the sense, see, say, ki, look, they will not make too many changes.
Yeah.
And we also tried to say that which answers are high probability to change and low probability to change. Of course, they didn't even change some of the obvious mistakes, like the English one,
Yeah.
and probably the minor contract one they should have changed,
Mhm.
and one more maths one they didn't change. I think really CLAT was trying to minimize the
Yeah.
uh, damage caused by their own, carelessness, but they tried to minimize. So let's rewind the clock back a little bit. When did you first think that, look, I think law is going to be a good career for me?
Honestly, I think the first time that idea popped in my head was when I was in the sixth grade.
Sixth
And
grade. Wow.
and I've always sort of been fascinated by the idea of the field of law. I've known a lot of lawyers in my life. Many of my family friends are lawyers, and I've seen them work, and they come and discuss what they're doing. And I've sort of always been inspired by what they say. And I'm not exactly sure what I can't pinpoint what the exact reason is, but I've always sort of known that law is what I'm meant to do. So it's been
So,
a very long journey. So I've always wanted to do law.
so easy acceptance in the family, or there was some discussion on it?
I mean, my parents were pretty happy with my decision to pursue law, but then when I chose to do humanities in class 11 and 12, there was slight resistance because I had scored a lot of marks in my ICSE. So, I mean, everybody around us was saying, "Why are you doing arts? Why are you not doing science?" the usual. But then my parents and my family were very, very supportive of my choices, and I'm really grateful for that.
So, discussion in the family about, what are the career options after law, because you had a lot of people that you knew as lawyers.
Yeah. So,
So,
I've still personally not decided what exactly I want to do, which field, whether I want to do corporate, criminal, that kind of thing. I haven't decided yet. But as a whole, I think that the people around me have been very accepting and very open to me sort of choosing what I want to do, because at the end of the day, it's my career and I need to enjoy what I'm doing to truly succeed. So yeah.
no, and obviously it's too early to decide what type of law you will practice, but the fact that you're aware that there are a lot of options,
Yeah, right.
right? It could be corporate, it could be environment, it could be IP law, so that
Right.
having the options is a good thing. Okay? I think a message here for those students who are viewing, who are as yet undecided about law as a career, parents who are watching this, do understand that there's no one way for a child to succeed, and a child is more likely to succeed if they are very keenly interested and enthusiastic about it. Uh, Specifically to law, there are a lot of great colleges. Obvious NLS Bangalore, where Anushka will be joining, is the top of the list. And there are great options in terms of corporate law, intellectual property law, tax law, environmental law. So it's in that sense, monetary stability, social respect, interesting career. So it has it all, right? So that's a message for the parents and the students. So remember the first day that you joined, walked into Career Launcher and joined?
Yeah, this was in, I think, April 2023, right after my
Okay,
10th board exam.
okay,
So I went to the Jayanagar Center and I was a student there, but I was an online student. So I've
okay.
never actually been to offline classes. So I feel like that's a very different experience from, it's different from whatever my friends at school are doing. Many of my friends are actually from Career Launcher as well, and they're all going to offline classes, but I've been an online student from the very beginning. And yeah, so I think my classes started in May, and my first class was with Sridhar sir. And I remember just walking out of my room after the class and saying that this is extremely fun. I really loved the class itself and the kind of thinking style that is taught, and the different kind of questions that you solve. It's actually like really fun. So yeah, I've always enjoyed our classes.
Good. I think again for viewers to understand what Anushka is talking about is a hybrid kind of a program wherein you have the option of coming to the center,
Yes.
whether it's for mocks or for doubt clearing, but the fundamental classes are taken online,
Yeah,
right?
so I
So
used to come to the center for every single mock, and the boot camps that we used to have periodically, I used to come for all of those. But my essential weekly classes were all online.
again, idea is to try and give as many convenient options as possible. So yes, there are fully offline classrooms available. In fact, at the same Jayanagar Center, also at our Malleshwaram, Indranagar, Koramangala, and now Whitefield Center, where I'm currently sitting. But you have the hybrid option also, and it's an interesting option because you actually study from the comfort of your home. You also save time, but you also have the option of, like, when I need a physical interaction or a mentor to discuss, and very importantly, you can take the mocks offline at the centers, which, because CLAT is an offline exam, it really helps. Right. Any other standout moments, interesting experiences about the classes or mocks or anything else in the preparation?
I feel like in our mocks, especially, Career Launcher used to really set different patterns for mocks. So that really exposed us to all the kinds of questions that can come. I remember that one time, it was a complete surprise. We had more than 120 questions, and then everybody was sort of in a state of shock. And that really helps you learn how to adapt on the spot. And you have to sort of like change how much time you're going to spend on each question. Your strategy has to change based on all of that. So that's really, I feel like that was a very good thing that was done by Career Launcher. The different kinds of questions and patterns that we were all exposed to. Yeah, so that was really something that, yeah,
I
stood
think
out.
sometimes during the process, students actually complain. They said that why why are you
Yeah,
varying like this? Why aren't all the papers like the sample paper? Uh,
yeah. But then in the
why?
long run, it actually helps. And now standing here, we know that, whatever we did, the kind of prep that we had, it really helped us.
For example, there were people who asked me, why is the legal so easy? I said, look, not all papers, some mocks legal is easy. And it turned out that in actual CLAT legal was easy. Uh, but then we gave tough legal, we gave tough English also,
Yeah.
and easy English. So idea is we don't know what CLAT will
Yeah.
actually throw at us.
Yeah.
Okay, now as a student who's taken humanities, though you did pretty well till 10, was maths a challenge?
Definitely. Because as a humanities student, I'm obviously out of touch with maths, and I had to sort of relearn a lot of things. And then in ICSC and in all board exams, we're taught to, do our steps properly and steps
Right,
count,
right.
and you get marks
Hmm.
for all of that. But in CLAT, speed is the only thing that matters. And learning those strategies and those sort of, shortcuts and heuristics that you need to solve a question in maybe 1 minute or less, that's something that was really challenging for me. I really struggled with math a lot. But then once you get the hang of it, once you practice enough, once you do enough mocks, sectionals, all of that, it gets easier. So even if somebody is struggling with math at the beginning, it doesn't mean that they're gonna struggle with math throughout and they're not gonna score well in math.
Right. Great stuff. Okay. Uh, yes. So, actual CLAT day experience.
Yeah, so after I remember that during the exam, the paper was so easy that I was thinking that maybe I'm going wrong and I'm just, I think it's easy, but it's actually not. They're all trick questions and I'm getting everything wrong. And then everybody walked out and said that it was extremely easy. And that's when it sort of kicks in that the cutoffs are going to be extremely high, and then there's so much competition, you could just lose, NLS and any other NLU that you want to go to by zero point 0.5 1 mark, stuff like that. So the kind of uncertainty that we came out of the CLAT exam with was really difficult. And then there were so many people who were saying that it was easy, some were saying it was moderate. I remember that you said that it looks easy on the face of it, but it's actually tricky, and that turned out to be true, especially with the answer key that was released.
Yes.
And yeah, so I didn't really expect the paper to be easy, because last year it was easy. I thought this year it would be tough, but I mean, they're always throwing surprises at us. So
Parts of it was easy. I think the legal was fairly, except for that one odd question was easy. English
math
was
was
easy.
calculation based, so that was a little
Maths was a bit, yeah.
unexpected. Yeah.
As well as AR, especially that uh,
Yes, seating arrangement.
seating
I
arrangement and one
wasted
passage.
yeah, I wasted almost 10 minutes on that one passage because I thought I
Yeah,
was getting it wrong. And
10 is actually low. I've heard horror stories of people who wasted 15, 20. I would have wasted 10 in the actual exam because you expect it to come. It's a very simple
yeah,
paper,
and
very simple
especially when
question.
you get the seating arrangement done, it's not that nothing is
And
matching
then
up.
it's not matching. Yes. Uh,
Yeah.
then you start questioning yourself. Why is it, what did
I
I do
actually
wrong?
did
So
it
go backwards.
twice. I solved the same question twice and I got the same answer every time.
Right. Right. So safe to assume that NLS Bangalore it will be?
Yes, hopefully. Yes.
What hopefully? Because state rank 8, there are 30 seats confirmed, possibly 4 more. Right.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to NLS Bangalore only, obviously, because I'm from Bangalore, plus it's the best college in the country. So, yeah.
So when we did this session, because you were an online stream, and did this session where we brought in last year's toppers, were you able to come for that session?
Yes, yes, I did. And I feel that that was really helpful because I remember before that session, I wasn't really. I didn't really know what I was expected to do, what I was supposed to be doing for it, how much time, what to study, from where to study. And, talking to people who have actually been through the exact same process that you're going to go through. And, because they're just, closer to our age, it's easier to relate. So I feel that that session was really helpful, and that kind of started my prep journey, that one session, even though I've been in Career Launcher for a couple of years. Yeah.
And this time you will be on the other side.
Yes.
Good. Of course, before that, there's the party to happen. So as with as with every year, Career Launcher sends a lot of people to NLS, and Career Launcher Bangalore sends the largest contingent, helped by the fact that we have very talented students, and helped by the fact that there's a domicile, of
Yeah.
course. So count is already crossed 30. It's expected to maybe add a few more who have not yet reported, or in that sense. So the party should happen pretty soon. Right. So final tips for people who are preparing for the next exam or the year after that.
I think that one very important thing is being consistent. So I remember that a lot of my friends at the end of the year, they were telling me that they've been studying for 12, 16 hours a day, and I was nowhere near that. And I remember stressing out so much. And one thing that I decided very early in my journey was that I wasn't, number one, I wasn't going to lose myself to a competitive exam, and number two, that I was not going to compromise on my school academics because of CLAT. So for me, it was really juggling both of them together, and that can get difficult. But if you just push through and are consistent, even if you're not putting in maybe 8 hours every single day, if you're doing just a little bit every day, that still helps and that still
Right.
counts. And I think that not losing hope is extremely important, because I know that my mock scores were not very high. I know of people who are getting 90, 95 in their mocks, and I was still stuck in the 70s till the very end. And I was nowhere near that, and I had absolutely no hope of getting a high rank. But it's just having faith that no matter what you're going to do, no matter how much marks you get, no matter what rank you do, you have to be satisfied that you have done all that you could do, and there's nothing more to it.
Wonderful. I think very important to take note. It is not an exam which demands 8 hours a day. I think I'll be clear about it. Had some of those people you're referring to, had they spoken to me, I would have scolded them for spending 8 hours. It's not required, and it's unnecessary pressure and probable burnout and all that.
Yeah.
Yes, in the second year we expect a little bit, so 4 hours, maybe five, definitely good enough.
Recently, I haven't spent more than 4 hours on any day at all. And
Absolutely,
that was
it's
also in just the last month or two. Before that, I did even less. So,
makes sense. It's an aptitude exam. It's not a memory exam where you need to cram. Okay, GK yes to some extent, but all the other sections there is no cramming in that is really required. So
absolutely
that
not. It's just
that's
practice and consistency. So,
how supportive was the school?
my school, I mean, I didn't really take leave or anything like that for CLAT. So I didn't have to, depend on my school giving me leave and all of that.
Okay,
But I mean, my teachers, I have legal studies as a subject. So my teacher was very supportive. She used to solve CLAT questions in class and all of
okay,
that.
right,
Yeah. So,
wonderful. So do I'm sure you've informed her about the
yes.
rank, and uh, thank you from my side also for the help that she has provided. And wonderful. I hope people who are viewing take note of the very, very, let us say, mature and clear cut tips that Anushka has given. And then I'm sure all of you will do well.
I would just like to say thank you to Career Launcher and the faculty there. All the faculty are so open, and any doubt that you ask them, you'll get the answer within one day. Even though I was an online student, I didn't actually go and interact with them in person. If even if I texted or emailed my teachers, they just used to answer by the end of the day. And that was really helpful, because sometimes you have a doubt, and if it's not cleared soon, then it
It
just
sticks in
keeps
the mind.
nagging at you. And yeah, so that was really, I would like to thank Career Launcher for all the support that it gave me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.